So a little bit later start than we expected, but we're just about ready to get started with the second game of the 2-game series today against the Arctic Foxes. We came up with a 4-3 win this morning. There was a lot of time in between our games, so hopefully we've gotten some rest, but still have some good energy. The 14U Mustangs will be in their black jerseys for this game, and the Arctic Foxes will be in their white and red jerseys. We're coming to you from Galactic. I got rid of the monopod for this one because it was really hard to kind of get through the neutral zone and then kind of get redirected. Hopefully I'll keep my shaking to a minimum for this, just from my handheld. We have about a minute on the warm-up clock. So again, this is the second game of a 2-game series against the Arctic Foxes for the 14U AA Mustangs team. We came away with a 4-3 win earlier today. Our next games will be next Saturday, I believe, the 20th, against the Erie Otters. Thanks to Chad Eichfeld with me, who's been doing all of the cool technical stuff to get everything up and running with our new system, the scoreboard up on the clock, with the instant replays, and being able to broadcast both on Facebook and on Brickwall Broadcast. And I do want to thank everybody. We have gotten up to 50 subscribers today, so thank you very much for everybody who has subscribed. We really appreciate it. Makes things a little bit easier for us. And Chad actually came up with something in between games for in the middle of intermission. Just because with the music and intermission, a lot of times our broadcasts get flagged, so we have to mute it. But gives you something to look at instead of just blank ice there. So I appreciate all of his help. I thank everybody for tuning in. We're just about ready to get started. So getting the pucks all cleaned up. Both teams just getting some last minute instructions from the bench. Okay, so Merrill's going to the net on our right. Looks like we're going to have Brooks and Nah back on D. Eichfeld, Villadue, and Wideline out on offense. We have 15 minutes up on the clock. The ref's doing something to fix the net over on our side. So Merrill's getting some extra stretches in. Not sure, something with the net came off, or maybe there's a hole in the net, but they're getting it fixed up. Okay, looks like the net is fixed. So, like I said, thank you for being patient with us. I know that we're already running behind and a little bit more of a delay, but we're just about ready to get the puck dropped. 15 minutes up on the scoreboard. Again, we have Eichfeld, Wideline, Billadu, Knob, Brooks, and Merrill out for the Mustangs. So the puck goes back towards Knob. Brooks will try to get to this puck into the corner. The puck leaks behind the net. Gets picked up by Brooks, who gets it up towards Wideline. Oh, sorry, that's Knob. Knob does get it up and out. The Foxes have to regroup. They pass it D to D. Wideline putting pressure along the puck. Goes into the neutral zone. Brooks taps that down with his glove, sends it up towards Eichfeld. The Foxes hit it down, but Billadu is there. Billadu gets into our offensive zone. Billadu centering it, but unfortunately couldn't connect with Wideline. The Foxes get up and out, but Knob is there to collect. Knob will bring this puck in and dump it down. Knob in the corner. Eichfeld over in assistance. Still fighting for that puck. The puck leaks out. Eichfeld is there to pick it up. Eichfeld brings it around. Shot, saved by the goalie. So that'll be the first stoppage of play. 13:53 left in the first period. We'll face off to the left of the goalie. We're going to have Williams and Steer back on D. Downey, Wenzel, and Lugar out on offense. On a face off to the left of the goalie. So Downey comes up with that puck, gets it over towards Wenzel, who dumps it down behind the net. The Foxes send it around and get it out into the neutral zone. They send it across ice, but Steer is there to pick it off. Steer brings it into our offensive zone, passes it to Downey. Downey with a shot. Glove save up into the netting. So we'll have another face-off to the left of the goalie. 13:34 left in the first period. So Downey with a face-off goes towards Wenzel. Wenzel over towards Lugar. Lugar with a shot. That was a good save by that goalie. Now we'll face off to the right of the goalie. Gonna keep that same crew out there. So Downey with the face-off goes towards Wenzel. Wenzel back towards Downey. The puck leaks out towards the boards. Lugar dumps it down. The Foxes try to send it up, but Downey is there to keep it in the corner. Williams comes in, but the Foxes do get this out. Foxes have some speed. Steer back on D. Shot over the net. Bounces around. Shot off the side of the net. Wenzel comes up with this puck, gets it to Downey. Downey sends it up and into the zone. Lugar putting pressure along the puck. Downey picks it up. Downey towards the middle. Wenzel with a shot. Just hits off the post. Knob in to send it back towards Downey. Unfortunately, the puck leaks out. Downey serving. Gets it up along the boards. The Foxes have it in the middle. Knob trying to fight for this puck. The Foxes bring it in. Broken up by Downey, who sends it along the wall. Knob will pick up this puck into the neutral zone, tries to do a cross-ice pass. The Foxes are there. Moore trying to get to that puck, but the Foxes come away with it. Broken up by Wilson before it gets dumped down. The Foxes pick it up in the corner. Shot, saved by Merrill. The Foxes pick it up again. Shot blocked. Loose, and then Merrill covers it. So 12:10 left in the first period. The score is still 0-0. We'll go face off to the right of Merrill. We're going to have Wilson, Knob, Moore, Zoldi, and Eastman out for the Mustangs. So the Foxes have it at the blue line. Nice block. That looks like it hurt, unfortunately. The puck gets iced. A little bit of extra contact there at the end. So Brooks, Steer, Moore, Eastman, and Zoldi. I think that might have been Wilson who took that. Or maybe it was Knob. He took that hard hit. I couldn't really see. The Foxes come up with this puck. Goes down towards Merrill, who covers it. So 11:47 left in the first period. A face off to the left of Merrill. We have Brooks, Steer, Moore, Zoldi, and Eastman. So Brooks comes away with the face-off behind the net, sends it over towards Moore along the boards. Moore towards Eastman in the middle. Eastman with some speed brings it in. Eastman over towards Zoldi, unfortunately just a little bit off angle. Moore dumps it back down. Eastman will pick this up in the corner, wraps around the circle, trying to get to the middle, over towards the wall. The Foxes send it up and do get it out. Steer will collect, cross ice, waiting for the Mustangs to get back on side. Zoldi dumps it down. The Mustangs are on a change as the Foxes pick it up behind the net. So the Foxes bring it in, dump it down. Steer tries to glove it down, bounces towards the corner. Steer sends it towards Brooks. Brooks up towards Baker. Baker gets it up, but the Foxes send it back down. Baker does get it out towards Brooks. Brooks bringing it through the neutral zone along the boards. Brooks still fighting for that puck. Brooks centers it towards Conrad. Conrad couldn't get a shot off before the Foxes take it away. The Foxes send it along the near boards. Williams putting pressure along that puck. Foxes pick it up behind the net. Change directions. Try to get in front. Saved by Merrill. Another shot. So a shot from the point hit that top corner, unfortunately. So that'll put the Foxes up on the board. So a hard slap shot from the blue line into that top corner. 10:16 left in the first period. We're going to have Eichfeld, Billadou, wide line, Williams, and Knob. So Williams will pick up this puck and dump it down. Foxes send it behind the net. Williams dumps it back down towards wide line. Knob will pick this up. Surveys, sends it over to wide line through the neutral zone. Wide line trying to get past the Foxes. Wide line gets it over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld still fighting for the puck. So the Foxes come away with that, dump it up. Williams gloves it down, has to wait for the Mustangs to get back on sides, and they do. Williams brings it in before he goes down. The Foxes dump it hard out. Billadou in pursuit of this puck, but that'll be icing. So 9:24 left in the first period. The Mustangs are down 1-0. We have Wenzel, Wilson, Steer, Downey, and Lugar. Downey with the face-off goes right to the goalie. Lugar with the rebound and in! Beautiful! So Downey off the face-off. Bounces off of the goalie. Lugar's right there to pick up the trash and gets that rebound in. So that'll put the Mustangs up on the board. So we're tied 1-1. So hopefully that'll get the Mustangs energized. 9:21 left in the first period. We're going to keep that same line out there. Downey with the face-off goes towards Lugar. Lugar brings it in, poke check, but it goes to Wenzel. Wenzel around that one player, backhand, saved by the goalie. Wenzel dumps it to Downey. Downey trying to get around. Downey and Wenzel fighting for this puck behind the net. Wenzel comes up with the puck. Wenzel up towards the point, but it gets picked off by the Foxes. Wilson tries to get it back down, goes off of the skates of the Foxes. Downey will collect the puck, dumps it up towards Wenzel. The Foxes will send it up along the far boards. Downey dumps it back down. The Foxes have it in the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass, but they couldn't connect. Steer sends it up along the boards towards Lugar. Nice block by Wilson. That looked like it hurt too. Centering pass, Merrill sticks it towards Lugar. Lugar gets it up and out. Wenzel has some speed to get to this puck. Unfortunately, the Foxes get there first, but it does go to Lugar. Lugar centering pass, bounces off of the Foxes. The Foxes try to get out. Knob is there to keep it in before it does leak out. Steer will go back to collect this. Steer hits it hard up and out to Downey. Downey has to wait for the Mustangs to get back on the sides, but that'll be offsides. So we're going to have Keithman, Brooks, Knob, Moore, and Zolby out for the Mustangs. 7:57 left in the first period, tied 1-1. So the faceoff goes back towards Brooks. Brooks changes directions, sends it over along the far boards. Foxes dump it down. Brooks tries to change the direction, gets hung up on the boards. The puck leaks towards the net, but Giesman gives it over along the boards. Giesman picks up this puck, gets it out of the zone. I thought that was offsides, but they didn't call it. Knob picks up this puck, dumps it down. Foxes hit it hard along the boards. Brooks is there to dump it back down to Moore. Foxes change directions behind the net. Moore with some good pressure, but the Foxes do get it out. Zoldy hits it up towards Giesman. Giesman gets sandwiched. Zoldy putting pressure, gets that puck towards Giesman again. Knob breaks up that play. Giesman dumps it down, goes off of the skates of the Foxes. Moore putting pressure along the puck before the Foxes do get it out. Foxes bring it into our defensive zone, saved by Merrill. So 6:46 left in the first period, still 1-1. Over face-off to the right of Merrill. We're going to have Baker, Williams, Conrad, Sheehan, and Wilson. So Wilson brings that puck up along the boards. We do get it out into the neutral zone. The Foxes are trying to regroup. Baker trying to put pressure on there. Good job by Wilson to break up that play. Baker poke checks that. Williams gets it up towards the blue line. The Foxes dump it back down. Conrad does get it up and out. Baker tries to get that puck in, but poke checked by the Foxes. So that puck gets pushed up by Steer before he gets hit into the boards. Fighting for the puck along the boards. Sheehan will go down, but the Foxes hit it hard. Eichfeld is in. Pick up the puck. Backhanded shot saved by the goalie. Eichfeld serving. Another shot saved by the goalie. Foxes hit it up and out, and it leaks into the neutral zone. Steer will pick this up. Waits for the Mustangs to get back on the sides before he brings it in. Drop pass towards Eichfeld with a shot blocked by the Foxes. Steer keeps it in, sends it down before the puck does leak out. Steer over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld in wide line there. Eichfeld's shot is blocked. Back towards Williams. Williams with a shot saved by the goalie. Wide line tries to get that rebound in, but it leaks out. The puck goes into our defensive zone. And I believe they're going to call that offsides. So we're going to have a face-off outside of our zone. Now wide line. Eichfeld, Billadoo, Knob, and I think that might be Brooks. So the puck leaks into the neutral zone, goes back towards Knob. Knob sends it up towards Eichfeld, who poke checks it into the neutral zone. Cross ice pass for the Foxes, and they're going to be offsides again. So in the first game, the Foxes were offsides a lot as well. Hopefully we can continue to use that to our advantage. We're going to have face-off at center ice after that offside. 5:05 left in the first period. The score is still tied 1-1. Eichfeld with a face-off. Wide line poke checks it towards the zone, but it gets pushed back. Brooks will collect this, takes it behind the net, hits it around the boards towards Billadoo. The Foxes keep it in, send it back down. Bouncing puck, Billadoo will pick it up, gets it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld tries to get past that player. Eichfeld and Billadoo fighting for this puck along the boards. Eichfeld comes up with it, centers it towards wide line. Unfortunately, couldn't get a shot off. Eichfeld still fighting for that puck. Wide line with a hit, but he's going to get called on that. So wide line will be going to the box for 1:30. So they're going to call out for elbowing. So wide line will go to the box for 1:30 for elbowing. 4:28 left in the first period, still tied 1-1. Eichfeld, Billadoo, Brooks, and Knob on our penalty kill line. So face off to the right of Merrill. Eichfeld with a face-off. Knob comes away with it. Knob gets it out into the neutral zone. Knob still coming in with speed along the boards. Billadoo picks this up. Billadoo in the bottom corner, takes it behind the net. Billadoo still putting some pressure, comes away with the puck, tries to get it centered, but we didn't have anybody there. Foxes pick this up and bring it into the neutral zone before they dump it down. Goes to the side of the net. Merrill has to stick it behind. Knob along the boards. Centering pass broken up by Knob and gets it out into the neutral zone. The Foxes will regroup. They have to get back on side, so they dump it back to their D. They're still not on sides. There they go. Eichfeld picks this puck up. Eichfeld dumps it down, saved by the goalie. Downey coming in before the Foxes get out into the neutral zone. Lugar, Steer, Downey, and I think that's Wilson are there. Steer dumps it hard up towards Lugar, who tips it, so no icing. Downey putting pressure on behind the net, breaks up that play. Unfortunately, his stick got caught underneath the player. Lugar putting pressure along with Downey. Ooh, Downey gets a piece of that, but the Foxes still get it into the neutral zone. Steer is there to pick it up and send it towards the far boards. They're going to be offsides again. So another offsides for the Foxes. We'll have a center ice face-off. 2:52 left in the first period. We're back to full strength. Still tied 1-1. Eastman, Zoldy, Moore, Steer, and Wilson. So Steer hits that puck up along the boards. Eastman in pursuit of this puck. The puck leaks out and dumps down. And that'll be icing. So we'll face off to the right of the goalie. So we'll have Williams and Brooks out on D, Moore, Zoldy, and Eastman out on offense. So the face-off goes out into the neutral zone. Williams is in pursuit. Williams picks up this puck, brings it behind the net, changes directions over towards Brooks. Brooks changes directions back behind the net. Brooks with some speed. Brooks into the neutral zone. Poke checked by the Foxes. Moore tries to glove it down and doesn't, keeps it in. But the Foxes come away with it. Cross ice pass bounces off of their skates. Eastman at the blue line. Still fighting for that puck. Eastman gets taken down, centering pass to Moore. Moore couldn't get a shot off, tied up with that Foxes player. Knob will go back to collect this puck. No icing. Knob will change directions, hits it behind the net towards Williams. Williams fighting for that puck. Downey comes up with it. Downey into the neutral zone. Brings it around. Downey through that player. Shot. Oh, deflected off of the Fox's stick. Foxes hit it up and out of the zone. Wilson jumps it back down to Lugar. Lugar over to Wenzel. Wenzel over to Downey. Some good passing there. Drop pass for Lugar. Lugar to Downey. Nice! And in! That was some beautiful passing by the Mustangs. Beautiful, beautiful passing. I lost track of all those passes, but multiple passes. Great job. Downey with that goal. Way to set that up and get the goalie out of position. So that'll put the Mustangs up 2-1. 1:08 left in the first period. So we're going to have Sheehan, Baker, Wilson, Conrad, and Knob. Conrad with the faceoff goes back to Knob. Knob dumps it down into the bench. So that bench was a little bit dangerous from the first game. Lots of pucks flying in there. We had a puck flying at us too. We have Baker, Sheehan, Conrad, Knob, and Wilson. So Conrad with the face-off goes back towards the Foxes. Foxes bring it through the neutral zone. Wilson putting some pressure. Centering pass, do get it out towards the point. The Foxes keep it in. Nice block by Baker. Baker and Sheehan fighting for this puck. Baker gets it over to Sheehan. Sheehan dumps it down. Conrad in pursuit of this puck, but the Foxes do get it out. Steer will collect. Passes it up to Conrad. Conrad brings it into the zone before he gets hit. Conrad keeps it in, dumps it down towards Sheehan. Foxes come away with it. Eichfeld will go into the corner to pick up this puck. Centering puck, but it gets picked up by Steer. Steer brings it through the neutral zone, changes directions before he gets hit down. And that'll be the end of the period. So at the end of the period, the Mustangs are winning 2-1. Per the scoreboard, the Mustangs have 8 shots on goal, and the Foxes have 4 shots on goal. So during intermission, we're gonna mute this just because of the music. Thank you everybody for watching. Okay, we're about ready to start the second period. Merrill's going to the net on our left. Steer and Williams back on D. Bildu, Eichfeld, and wide line out for our offensive line. 15 minutes up on the clock. The Mustangs are winning 2-1. Puck drop, Eichfeld gets it to Biladu. Biladu brings it in, trying to get around those players, broken up by the Foxes. Wide line putting pressure. Eichfeld keeps that in off of his skates. Wide line and Eichfeld fighting for it, but it does leak out. Steer has to wait for us to get back on sides, dumps it down. Wide line over along the far boards. Eichfeld coming in to keep that puck in. Williams in assistance. Eichfeld comes up with the puck. Eichfeld to Biladu. Biladu with the shot. Oh, that was a good save by the goalie. Biladu back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld trying to get that puck out. The Foxes hit it up and around. Steer putting good pressure along that puck. The puck does leak back. Williams putting pressure. Nice block by Williams. Williams still putting some pressure along that puck. Eichfeld tries to get it out, goes towards the middle. Wide line along the boards there. Steer will pick this up. Steer dumps it down to Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it through, passes it over towards Steer, but it gets broken up. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. Eichfeld and Biladu fighting, but the puck leaks out. Williams gloves it down, waits for the Mustangs to get back on sides. Shot by Williams, just wide of the net. The puck leaks around the boards, and then cross-ice pass through the neutral zone. Knob putting some pressure and breaks up that play, and they'll be offsides. So 13:30 left in the second period. The Mustangs are winning 2-1. We're going to have Lugar, Wenzel, Downey, Brooks, and Knob out for the Mustangs. So Downey with the face-off goes back towards Knob. Knob brings this puck up along the boards, dumps it down. Downey in pursuit of the puck before the Foxes wrap it around. The puck does leak out. Brooks will collect, changes directions, hits it up, but it gets picked off by the Foxes. Poke check by Knob to send it to the side of the net. Centering pass sticked by Merrill over to Downey. Downey to Wenzel. Wenzel brings it in before it gets poke checked out by the Foxes. Foxes change directions through the neutral zone. Brooks will pick this up, gets it to Lugar. Lugar over to Downey before he gets hit. Downey drop passes it to Wenzel. Wenzel with a shot blocked. Lugar will pick this up. Lugar serving. Downey dumps it down to Lugar behind the net. Lugar changes directions towards Downey. Downey changes directions again. Lugar trying to get to this puck in the corner. The puck leaks behind the net. Downey and Lugar still fighting for this puck. The puck leaks out, and the Foxes center it and get it out into neutral zone. Wilson dumps it down, but that'll be offside. So 12:11 left in the second period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. So it looks like their goalie has an issue with their pads. So we'll wait for the equipment to get fixed. So many straps and laces on goalie pads. Easy for things to come undone or get broken. And it's always a bigger problem when it's something with the skates because you have to take the pads almost completely off. But it looks like it got fixed and he's starting to strap up his pads again. an already late starting game has been delayed a couple different times. Problems with the net, problems with opposing team's goalie equipment. It looks like we're just about ready to start again. So 12-11 left in the second period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. Eastman, Moore, Zoldy, Steer, and Wilson. So Wilson will go over along the boards, hit it up towards Moore. Moore tries to get it up, but it gets stuck in the feet of the ref. The Foxes dump it down behind the net. Steer will pick up this puck, changes it over towards Wilson. Foxes send it to the point. Shot wide of the net. Moore picks this up, dumps it down to Steer. Steer with a hard pass to Zoldy. Zoldy tips it through the neutral zone. The Foxes try to get it out, but they didn't get much on it, so it goes to Zoldy to Eastman. Eastman around to Moore. Moore fighting for the puck along the boards. The Foxes come away with it, but Moore picks that off, sends it towards Eastman, but it gets picked up by the Foxes. Foxes have it through the neutral zone. Dump it down. Goes to the side of the net. Merrill sticks it over. Foxes through the middle. Shot wide of the net. Another shot off of their own player. Wilson fighting for that puck along the boards. Zoldy hits that up and out. So the Foxes player is going to get 2 minutes for interference and then 2 minutes for roughing. So I believe, they said 2 minutes, but it'll be. Okay, so a little bit of confusion with those penalties. So only the Foxes player is in the penalty box, but the Foxes player got 2 penalties. So they should be in the box for 2 consecutive, although they're putting up so the ref said 2 minutes and 2 minutes, but we have a minute and a half penalties. So I'm not sure if it'll actually be 3 minutes or 4 minutes that we're going to have up on the penalty clock. So we're still sorting that out. It's hard when the different age levels have different minute penalties, and the refs are trying to figure that out. So I believe it should be 3 minutes total from 2 minute 30 penalties. So we're still just figuring this out. Again, this is going to be one of the never-ending hockey games today. Yep, so they got 3 minutes up on the clock for that penalty against the player who got two consecutive penalties. So it'll be 5-on-4 power play for the Mustangs for 3 minutes. 11:01 left in the second period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. Lugar passes that over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld to Downey. Downey looking, passes it back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot blocked by the Foxes. Lugar trying to break up that play. The Foxes do send it up along the boards. Downey is there to keep it in. Downey circling, gets it over towards Eichfeld, but just a little bit too much on that. The Foxes hit it up along the boards, and they do get it out. Downey will go collect this, gets it around that player. Ooh, a little bit of miscommunication there in the neutral zone. The Foxes pick this up, steer back on D, shot wide of the net, and Merrill will cover it. So 10:14 left in the second period, 2:13 left on our power play. We'll face off to the right of Merrill. So Brooks, Conrad, Baker, Knob, and Sheehan on our 5-on-4 power play. Ooh, shot went right to Merrill, saved off of his blocker. So this puck gets picked up, gets to Sheehan. Sheehan over towards Conrad. Conrad hits it up along the boards. Goes behind the net. And Knob serving, sends it over to Brooks. Brooks with a shot high up into the netting. It was tipped into the netting, so it's going to stay in a face-off to the right of the goalie. So 1:48 left on our power play, 9:49 left in the second period. So Conrad with the face-off. Puck still staying there. The Foxes do poke check it out. Brooks will go back to collect. Brooks over to Sheehan. Sheehan dumps it down. Foxes send it hard around the boards. Knob just keeps that in, dumps it down. The Foxes do get it out. Brooks will go back to collect. The puck was bouncing and never made it to the red line for icing. Brooks gets it to Sheehan. Sheehan up to Baker. Baker shot wide of the net, shed to the left by the goalie. Foxes send it hard around. Brooks fighting for that puck, breaks up that play. Eichfeld will collect the puck behind the net. Eichfeld bringing this through the neutral zone. Eichfeld around, shot blocked by the Foxes. Bilodeau will pick this up. The Foxes send it up and out. Downey will collect. We still have 40 seconds left on our penalty or power play. Eichfeld with the puck gets poke checked by the Foxes. The Foxes bring it into the neutral zone, dump it on net. Merrill sheds it to his right. Steer dumps it behind the net. Bilodeau with this puck, regrouping, gets it up towards Lugar. Lugar to Eichfeld. Eichfeld poke checks it towards the net before he gets taken down. The Foxes hit it behind the net. Still 9 seconds on our power play. Lugar and Bilodeau fighting for this puck along the boards. Steer is back watching that player as they streak out, and it's a good thing he was, because he picks up this puck at the neutral zone just as that player gets out of the box. Bilodeau sends it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld through the middle. Eichfeld with a shot, just off the post. Eichfeld centers it, saved by the goalie. Lugar with the rebound, saved by the goalie. So 7:43 left in the second period. We're back to full strength for both teams. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. They have Giesman, Zoldy, Williams, Knob, and Moore. So Giesman with the face-off goes back and splits the D. Knob sends it to Williams. Williams over towards the Giesman. Giesman more. The puck's kind of bouncing around there in the neutral zone. Giesman picks it up. Giesman behind the net. Giesman gets it to Knob. Knob dumps it back down. The Foxes send it around the boards and out. Williams will go back to collect. Williams changes directions, sends it up to Moore. Moore changes directions in the corner, sends it up, tipped by Giesman into the neutral zone. The Foxes pick this up and dump it down. Williams behind the net, changes directions to Knob. Knob to Giesman. Giesman through the neutral zone. Giesman behind the net, looking for somebody open. Giesman with a shot, saved by the goalie. So 6:36 left in the second period. We'll have a face-off to the right of the goalie. Bilodeau, Eichfeld, wide line, Wilson, and Steer out for the Mustangs. Eichfeld with a face-off. The Foxes get it out into the neutral zone. Wilson skating to get to this puck. Wilson jumps it down behind the net over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld to Bilodeau. Bilodeau brings it into the neutral zone. Bilodeau out towards the wall, fighting for that puck. Eichfeld comes up with it momentarily. Eichfeld comes up with it again. Shot over towards wide line, but couldn't get the rebound in. Steer up to Bilodeau. Bilodeau dumps it down. The Foxes change directions behind the net. Foxes centering out into the neutral zone. Steer to Wilson, but the Foxes pick this up. Steer breaks up that play momentarily. Bilodeau will pick up the puck. Bilodeau sends it around the boards. Foxes from the point, shot blocked by Steer. Steer sends it out, but it gets hit off of the player. Bounce saved by Merrill up into the glass. Eichfeld there. Mustangs shot saved by Merrill. Another shot saved by Merrill. Puck in lots of bodies in front of the net there, but we do finally get it out. Wide line gets to that puck before the Foxes send it up. Wenzel's there to break up that play to keep it in momentarily. Downey tries to keep that puck in, but it does leak out. We have to wait for the Mustangs to get back on sides. And unfortunately, that'll be an offsides. So 5:04 left in the second period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. I guess that wasn't offsides. That was a penalty against the Foxes for holding. So the Foxes will go to the box for 1:30. So we'll be on a power play again. So we're going to have Brooks, Knob, Lugar, Baker, and Wenzel on our power play line. So the puck loops in. Lugar over towards Wenzel. Lugar dumps it down towards Wenzel. The Foxes poke check it up. Knob keeps it in, gets it towards Wenzel. Wenzel and Knob still fighting for the puck before the Foxes pick it up. Brooks trying to get to that puck. Shot saved by Merrill. Puck behind the net over towards the corner. Wenzel will pick this up. Tries to get it out, but the Foxes pick it off. Shot wide of the net. Baker picks up this puck behind the net, sends it over towards Wenzel. The Foxes keep it in. Wenzel poke checks it up, but gets held up along the boards. Mustangs do get it out. Baker towards Lugar. Baker over towards Brooks. Brooks to Baker. Baker with a shot, saved by the goalie. Foxes wrap it around hard. Downey will go to pick it up. Downey brings it behind the net. He has some speed. We still have 24 seconds left on our power play. Downey through the neutral ice. Downey drop passes it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot. Oh, that was a hard shot right into the goalie. Another rebound by Downey. Downey circling. Downey looking, gets it over to Steer. Steer towards the middle, but it gets picked off by the Foxes, who dump it down. And we're back to full strength for both teams. And that'll be icing. So 3:29 left in the second period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. We'll have a face-off to the right of the goalie. Giesman, Zoldi, Moore, Williams, and Knob. Giesman with the face-off, still sitting along the dot. Zoldi will pick this up along the boards, gets it to Moore. Moore circling, changes directions, dumps it down behind the net. Giesman up towards Williams at the point. Williams gets it down to Moore. Moore at the dot. Shot blocked by the Foxes. Giesman picks this up behind the net. Up towards Williams. Williams with a shot blocked by The Foxes do get it out. Knob skating hard to get to this puck, but that'll be icing. So 2:51 left in the second period. We're going to have Sheehan, Conrad, Baker, Knob, and Williams out for the Mustangs. So Conrad with the face-off. Sheehan fighting for this puck around boards. The puck does leak out. Foxes have some speed. Williams back on D. Poke check there by Williams. Block by Knob. Good job by Williams to break up that play as well. Williams gets it up and out. Foxes regroup in the neutral zone. Sheehan along the boards. The puck leaks behind the net. Knob will get it over towards Williams. Shot behind the net. Sheehan gets it to the middle. Conrad will pick this up and through the neutral zone. The Foxes dump it down. Williams into the corner. Passes it behind the net over towards Baker. Foxes with a shot deflected high up into the opposite corner. Up towards the point. Foxes get around. Shot deflected. Another shot saved. Centering pass broken up. The puck goes towards the point. Good job by Sheehan to poke check that out into the neutral zone. The Foxes have to regroup. Foxes dump it down. Williams changes directions. Bouncing puck behind the net. Knob picks this up and dumps it hard. And that'll be on net, so no icing. Goalie has to play it. Downey comes in. Mustangs are on a change. Williams picks this up, gets it up to Lugar. Lugar to Downey. Downey dumps it down. Downey getting to this puck. Shot saved by the goalie. They hit it out towards the boards. Wilson dumps it down behind the net. Lugar will go over along the far boards to pick this up and dumps it back down. Wenzel putting pressure along that puck. Downey picks it up behind the net. Centers it to Lugar. Lugar with a shot gets broken up by the Foxes. The Foxes cross ice in neutral zone. Wilson puts that up, but it gets deflected off of the player. Shot over the net, bouncing puck. Lugar gets this out towards the wall. Downey will pick this up and sends it up before the Foxes hit it back down. Steer towards Wenzel in the neutral zone. Downey will pick this up. Downey surveying before he gets hit into the boards. The puck leaks around behind the net. Steer keeps it in, brings it down behind the net. Steer over to Wenzel. Wenzel with a shot towards the middle, broken up by the Foxes. The Foxes send it back. Wilson is there. Unfortunately, that'll be offsides. So 10 seconds left in the second period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. We'll have a center. Nope. Go over to the near dot face-off. Eichfeld, Billadu, wide line, Knob, and Brooks. Eichfeld with that puck goes back towards Knob. Knob dumps it down on net. We have 3 seconds left, covered by the goalie, and that'll be the end of the second period. So at the end of the second period, the Mustangs are winning 2-1. For the scoreboard, the Mustangs have 15 shots on goal, and the Foxes have 9 shots on goal. Thank you everybody for watching. We're gonna go to our intermission screen and mute it because of the music. the third period. Merrill's going to the net on the right. Looks like we have Brooks and Knob back on D. Eichfeld, Billadu, and wide line out for our offensive line. So Eichfeld with the face-off. Gets stuck on the dot. Billadu sends it towards the zone before it gets sent back down by the Foxes. The puck goes behind the net. Brooks picks this up, sends it around the boards towards Billadu. Billadu tries to get it out, but the Foxes keep it in. Knob fighting for this puck as well. Shot wide of the net. Wide line over along the near board. Sends it up, but it gets kept in by the Foxes. Eichfeld does finally get it out. Cross-ice pass by the Foxes. Foxes tip it in. Knob sends it up towards Billadu. Back and forth passing in the neutral zone there. The Foxes have it before Brooks takes it away. Brooks through the neutral zone. Brooks brings it around to the dot, tries to get it centered, bounces off of the Foxes player. Eichfeld picks up this puck. The door popped open. So they got hit along the boards and the door popped open. So we're going to have Giesman, Moore, Goldie, Williams, and Steer out for the Mustangs. So Giesman with the face-off, goes over towards the wall. Giesman picks it up, centers it to Zoldi. Zoldi tries to get a shot off, broken up by the Foxes. Zoldi still fighting for this puck. Zoldi tries to get it over. Giesman tries to keep it in, but the Foxes do get it out. Williams back on D, sends it over to Steer. Steer up to Moore. Moore brings it into the zone, gets it around that player into the corner. Moore tries to change directions, but the Foxes get the puck and send it around the boards. Giesman fighting for the puck along the boards. Williams trying to keep that puck in. It leaks out. Zoldi comes up with the puck momentarily. Zoldi still fighting for that puck. His stick got hung up with the Foxes player. Steer brings it around into the neutral zone. Steer gets it around that one player. Steer bringing it down towards the corner. He gets taken down. Giesman comes up with the puck momentarily, gets it over towards Steer in the corner. Steer comes around, shot wide of the net. Williams will pick this up, shot. Ooh, the other player almost got it in. Oh, Sheehan tries to get the rebound in, but it goes off of the post. Williams to Sheehan, back to Williams. Williams behind the net. Baker comes in. Sheehan tries to get to the puck as well. The Foxes get it out into the neutral zone. Williams picks this up, dumps it down. The Foxes get it out into the neutral zone. Knob picks it up, waits for the Mustangs to get back on the sides before he dumps it down. Foxes into the neutral zone. Wilson will go back to collect. Wilson changes directions along the boards. The Foxes send it behind the net. The puck gets picked up by Conrad. Conrad has some speed through the neutral zone, dumps it after he gains the red line. Sheehan behind that net, but the Foxes get up along the boards. Cross-ice pass into the neutral zone. Wilson sends it up to Sheehan. Sheehan towards Downey, but it gets picked off. Downey will come up with the puck. Downey over along towards the boards. Wenzel breaks up that play before the Foxes dump it down. Bouncing puck to the side of the net. Knob with the puck changes directions. Knob hits it up along the boards to Lugar. Lugar to Downey. Downey through the neutral zone. Downey along the boards to the corner. Downey with a shot off of the goalie. Steer picks it up in the neutral, Steer picks it up, waits for the Mustangs to get back on sides. Blocked by the Foxes. Brooks sends that puck down behind the net. Wenzel will go to try to collect along with Downey. Wenzel keeps that puck in, centers it, gets picked off by the Foxes. The puck is coming down. Merrill will play it and cover it. So 10:58 left in the third period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. Knob and Williams out on D. Wide line, Eichfeld and Billadu out for offense. So the face-off goes back towards the Foxes, who dump it down to the opposite corner. Knob picks that puck up along the boards. Billadu trying to get that puck out, gets hung up with a Foxes player. Knob still fighting for the puck. Foxes do come away with it. Nice block by Williams. Puck is loose in front of the net. Lots of bodies in front of the net. Saved and covered by Merrill. And we're going to get a Foxes player going to the box for interference. Oh, never mind. So he initially signaled interference, but now he's saying that because he had the puck covered, it's a penalty shot. I don't know what that means. Okay, I guess the Foxes get a penalty shot. Okay. So penalty shot. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I guess there must have been a penalty in the crease. And Merrill with the awesome penalty shot save. So great job by Merrill. So good save there to kill out that penalty shot. Now we're going to have a face-off, I guess, to the left of Merrill, 10:35 left. So face-off, Foxes dump it down. Wide line picks that up and sends it out. Billadu will pick up this puck, gets it towards the middle before he gets caught up with the Foxes player. Wide line tries to get it on net, deflect it up. Billadu along the boards. Along with Eichfeld, the Foxes do get it out into the neutral zone. Knob getting to that puck, but the Foxes come away with it. The Foxes player goes down momentarily. Puck behind the net. Foxes up towards the point. Wide of the net. Off of Merrill with a save on that one. And centering shot saved by Merrill. The puck is bouncing high in the air. I'm not really sure where the puck is. There it is. Eichfeld backhands it out into the neutral zone. Over towards the D, slap shot, gloved by Merrill. So that sequence had a bouncing puck in front of the net. Thankfully, we were able to get it out into the neutral zone. 9:42 left in the third period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. So we're going to have more Zoldy, Eastman, Brooks. So Zoldy brings that puck into the offensive zone. The Foxes do get that out. Brooks with the puck gets it over towards Moore along the boards. Foxes pick this up and dump it down. Brooks will pick this puck up behind the net, brings it around before it gets poke checked by the Foxes. Giesman gets it up towards Zoldy along the boards. The puck leaks around. Brooks tries to get it behind the net, but it gets poke checked by the Foxes. The Foxes send it up along the boards, but broken up by Zoldy and Giesman. Brooks picks it up behind the net. Brooks up towards Moore. Moore tries to drop pass, but it goes to the Foxes. Foxes try to get a shot off, but deflected, covered by Merrill. So 8:45 left in the third period. Or face off to left of Merrill. Conrad, Baker, Sheehan, Steer, and think Williams, Tieran Williams out on D. So the puck's sitting along the dot there. Williams picks it up momentarily before the Foxes try to get a shot off. Broken up by my Mustang. Save by Merrill. Another save by Merrill. And Merrill leaps over and covers that puck. So a couple saves there by Merrill. Merrill jumped over to cover that puck. And then Sheehan's going to go to the box for a minute 30 for roughing after the play was stopped. So we're going to be on a penalty kill for a minute 30. Conrad with a face-off. We do get the puck up and out. The Foxes will pick this up. Wide line putting pressure along the puck before it leaks in there. Williams sends this back down into the offensive zone before the Foxes get out. Williams dumps it down again. The Foxes pick this up behind the net. Send it into the neutral zone. Cross ice pass, but Williams picks this up. Williams along the boards. Lots of bodies flying there. The Foxes have it. Poke checked by Downey. Shot. Stick save by Merrill. Downey picks this up and sends it into the neutral zone. No icing because it was tipped and it's on net. Saved by the goalie. So the Foxes get into the neutral zone. Williams poke checks that momentarily. Foxes bring it in. Slap shot. Saved by Merrill. So we have 32 seconds left on our penalty kill. 7:36 left in the third period. Mustangs are still winning 2-1. We're going to have Knob, Brooks, Bildu, and Eichfeld. So we're going to redo that face-off. Too many players creeping in on the circle. Eichfeld with a face-off, goes over along the wall. Brooks fighting for this puck, along with Biladu. Brooks and Biladu still fighting. The puck leaks out. Foxes try to center it. Merrill sticks it behind the net. Foxes send it up to the top of the circle, blocked by Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a breakaway now. Eichfeld just has the goalie and in! Awesome job! So Eichfeld sticked down that shot by the Foxes, brought it through the neutral zone, got a breakaway, shot and in. So nice shorthanded goal by Eichfeld. We still have 1 second left on our penalty. That'll put the Mustangs up. It's 3-1, right? Okay. Yeah, it should be 3-1. They didn't change the scoreboard yet. But it should be 3-1. So Giesman with a face-off. We're back to full strength. Steer sends it over towards Zoldi. Zoldi hits it up along the boards. Puck leaks up. Wilson tries to keep it in, but it does bounce out. Wilson over along the boards, gets it up towards Giesman. Giesman dumps it into the zone momentarily. The Foxes have it into the neutral zone, dump it down. Wilson hits it along the boards over towards Moore. The Foxes pick this up. Gets broken up by the Mustangs. Hard shot out, but the Foxes keep it in, and glove save by Merrill. So 6:31 left in the third period. The Mustangs are winning 3-1. We'll face off to the left of Merrill, Knob, Williams, Downey, Wenzel, and Lugar. So the puck goes over to the opposite boards. Lugar in pursuit gets it up into the neutral zone. Wenzel putting some pressure along that puck. Downey picks this up, tries to get it up towards Wenzel, but it gets poke checked down. Downey does dump it down behind the net. Wenzel over along the boards. Williams tries to keep this in, but it leaks out. Williams sends it back before the Foxes pick this up. Send it through the neutral zone. Knob gets it back out. Cross-ice pass for the Foxes. Disrupted by Knob momentarily. Foxes center it, gets picked up by Williams, sends it up towards Lugar. Lugar up and out. Lugar has some room. Lugar through the neutral zone. Unfortunately, that puck kind of bounced around a little bit. Dumps it down. The Foxes send it around the boards. Downey picks this up, keeps it in. Downey over towards Lugar. Lugar with a shot saved by the goalie. Wenzel tries to get the rebound in, but broken up by the Foxes. The Foxes do get it out. Williams sends it up along the boards to Brooks. Brooks towards the middle to Lugar. Lugar dumps it down, shed to the left by the goalie. Lugar gets it over along the boards to Downey. Downey dumps it back down towards Lugar. The Foxes hit it up, but Lugar keeps it in, drops it down to Downey. Downey serving. Tries to get around that player, broken up by the Foxes. Foxes dump it down, and that'll be icing. So 4:57 left in the third period. We're going to have Eichfeld, wide line, Bilodeau, Brooks, and Steer out for the Mustangs on a face-off to the left of the goalie. The face-off goes over along the boards. The Foxes hit that up, but Eichfeld keeps it in. Eichfeld to Bilodeau. Bilodeau trying to get back around there. Foxes break it up and send it up, but Bilodeau gloves it down. The Foxes do finally get it into the neutral zone. Brooks putting pressure along the puck. Wide line putting pressure along the puck. Centering pass sticked by Merrill. Still in the middle, saved by Merrill out towards the corner. Bilodeau picks up this puck. Bilodeau sends it towards the middle, gets picked off. Shot wide of the net. Eichfeld over along the boards. Gets it up towards Bilodeau. Bilodeau has two men to beat. Bilodeau around the one player. Bilodeau shot, saved by the goalie. Bilodeau trying to pick up his rebound as the Mustangs are in a change. Cross-ice pass by the Foxes. Wilson and Knob back on D. Bouncing puck. Knob will pick this up. Knob tries to get it out, but it gets blocked by the Foxes. The Foxes with a shot, saved by Merrill. So nice glove save there by Merrill. 3:54 in the third period. Mustangs are still winning 3-1. And have Conrad, Baker, Sheehan, Wilson. So Conrad with a face-off. Foxes come away with it momentarily. Bouncing puck over towards Baker. Baker gets it up and out into the neutral zone before the Foxes pick it up. Bounces off of Sheehan's skates over towards Baker. Baker sends it up along the boards. Conrad in pursuit. Baker keeps his puck in. Baker dumps it down towards Conrad. Conrad serving. Unfortunately, the Foxes pick this up. Knob breaks up that play. Centering pass, and Merrill covers it. So we'll face off to the left of Merrill. 3:21 left in the third period. Zoldi, Moore, Williams, Steer, and Giesman. On a face-off to the left of Merrill. Face-off goes towards the middle to the side of the net. Moore over to try to get to the puck. Centering pass by the Foxes. Foxes at the point. Shot wide of the net. Steer picks this up, sends it over towards Moore. Moore tries to get up and out. Kept in by the Foxes. Giesman and Moore fighting for that puck. Still stuck along the boards. Puck leaks out. Good job by Zoldi to break up that play. Giesman picks up the puck, brings it in. Poke check by the Foxes, but Giesman does dump it down. It bounces off of the boards weird and goes towards the front of the net. Steer picks up this puck, tries to get it towards the middle. Broken up by the Foxes. Moore there to try to keep that puck in. Steer dumps it down behind the net. The Foxes send it up and around. Steer with a slap shot, blocked by the Foxes. Zoldy tries to get that puck, but the Foxes do get this out. Steer waiting, but a little bit too soon. So we'll have a center ice face-off after that offsides. Downey, Lugar, Wenzel, Wilson, and Knob. 2:16 left in the third period. Mustangs are still winning 3-1. Lugar dumps that puck down. So we have that puck bouncing. Wilson will pick this up, sends it around the boards. Knob gets that around the one Foxes player. So Knob gets hit hard into the boards after that. So the Foxes are going to go to the box for a minute 30 for elbowing. So we'll be on a power play for a minute 30. We have 1:55 left in the third period. Lugar, Wenzel, Downey, Brooks, and Steer for our power play line. On the face-off to the left of the goalie. Downey with the face-off goes towards the net. The Foxes pick it up behind. Brooks keeps this in momentarily before the Foxes come away with it. The Foxes have some speed through the neutral zone. Nice back checking by Downey to break up that play. Bounces off of Brooks' skate. Steer will pick this up. Steer has some speed, gets it over to Wenzel on the far ice. Wenzel skating to get to this puck. Wenzel still trying to get to that puck, and that'll be a penalty against the Foxes. So the Foxes are going to go to the box for another minute 30 for interference. So we'll be on a 5-on-3 power play for a minute 6. And then a 5-on-4 for 24 more seconds. We have a minute 31 left in the third period. We're going to have Eichfeld, Billadou, wide line, Steer, and Downey for our power play line. Again, we're 5-on-3. Eichfeld with the face-off goes towards Billadou. Billadou tries to get a shot off, broken up by the Foxes. The Foxes have it through the middle. Downey back on D. Foxes have some speed, get around. So Downey was trying hard to get that puck. He's going to get called for hooking. So Downey will go to the box for a minute 30 for hooking. So now we'll be a 5-on-4. Oh no, a 4-on-3. 4-on-3 power play for 54 seconds. And then we'll be 4-on-4 for a minute 18. And then it'll be a 5-on-4 penalty kill. But we only have a minute 19 left in the third period. Lots of math there. Shot wide of the net. Eichfeld poke checks that towards Knob behind the net, sends it up around. The Foxes keep this in, dump it down. Brooks will pick up this puck, changes directions behind the net. Brooks brings that puck out, has some speed. Brooks through the neutral ice, little collision there. Knob will pick up this puck. Knob to Billadou. Billadou tries to get a shot off. Knob with a shot saved by the goalie. The puck's still laying there, loose. So we have 46 seconds left in the third period. 21 seconds left on the first Foxes penalty. 45 seconds left on their second penalty. And we have 57 seconds left on our penalty. So we are on a 4-on-3 power play right now for 21 seconds. So Conrad, Williams, Sheehan, and Steer. Williams sends it down towards Sheehan. Sheehan surveying. The Foxes pick this up, bring it through the neutral zone. The Foxes have a neutral zone. Conrad putting some pressure, saved by Merrill. So So 30 seconds left in the game, 5 seconds left before we become 4-on-4. So face off gets picked up by Sheehan. Sheehan brings it into the neutral zone. We're back to 4-on-4. Poke checked by the Foxes. 17 seconds left. Foxes bring it through. Shot saved by Merrill and covered. So we have some extra contact after the whistle. So Sheehan will be going to the box. For roughing. So we're going to be a 3-on-4 penalty kill. And then it'll be a 5-on-3 penalty kill for a minute. So we do dump that puck down, no icing, 1 second left, and that'll be the end of the game. So the Mustangs with another win. We won 3-1 against the Arctic Foxes. Per the scoreboard, the Mustangs had 21 shots on goal and the Foxes 19 shots on goal. Thank you very much for watching this afternoon. 2 big wins today. We won 4-3 in the first game, 3-1 in the second game. Great to have 2 wins today. Again, we'll be playing the Erie Otters on September 20th. I'll be streaming those games as well. Hope everybody has a good rest of